Let's do it. Oh, hey, what's good, folks? How y'all doing? It's a late episode joining you from, what is this, June 23rd? It's been a little minute. It's been a few weeks since we last got you an episode. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to the Puro Caballero Show. This is episode number 94. We get into the triple digits, baby. We fucking getting there. Thank you so much for the support. Let me introduce myself. Don himself, aka CD Gonzalez, aka Slow Toke Rodriguez, Senor Fabuloso, the man with the plan, the boss with the bigote. You got it. Mario Caballero, aka Puro Caballero. You should already know this. You're following the show, right? Yeah, I'm available everywhere. IG, Twitch. I have a Twitter. I haven't touched it in months. Yeah, IG, biggest thing. Y'all know what it is. We're just gonna get right into it. It's been a few weeks, man. I've been out of town, been busy, been doing a lot of stuff, been living life. How you guys been doing? Hopefully great. Hopefully good. It's been a little bit since we came to you with the solo episode, so I figured I'd, come back and touch base with some of you guys here. But yeah, man, I've been having a good one. I've been busy, been trying to. Uh, been doing a lot of stuff, man. Doing a lot of stuff recently. Uh, as I mentioned, I was out of town. I was up in Northern California. It was good to be back up in the Bay Area as well as the 209. Got to stay with my family. Got to celebrate my grandma's 80th birthday, which was awesome. I'm glad we were able to do it, as safely as possible. Made sure everybody was, in good health, and we had as many people get the vaccine as possible. So that was lovely to see. It was great to see my grandma, abuelita Josefina. Shout out to you. Feliz cumpleaños otra vez. Te quiero mucho. Um, yeah, I love you, grandma. You're awesome. I think I get my funny bone from her. She's probably the funniest person in my family. I'll say she's up there. Definitely top three. Even now, even at her age, she's still pretty damn witty. So shout out to my grandma Josefina. Caballero, we love you. Love you so much. So that was awesome. Got to hang out with the family. Got to see all my cousins who I haven't seen in months. A lot of my aunts and uncles as well. Some of them I'd seen here and there. Kind of keep a distance, got, masked up and whatnot. But it was nice to just be out and free and just being able to hug and kiss everybody, dance with my grandma, do all that stuff, all that lovely stuff, which was awesome. So that was a great experience to have. Great to see everybody once again, as I mentioned. I'd seen some family at like my cousin's wedding and a couple other events, but it was once again it was nice to see. It was a good event, and yeah, I had a good time. So I was up in Stockton for about a week and a half or so, almost 2 weeks. No, it was like a week and a half. Um, but yeah, I got to make a couple trips out to San Francisco to go do some comedy. So that was very fun. Thank you so much to everybody who enjoyed the shows. Was able to get booked on a couple bar shows. I very much appreciate it. To all the Bay Area comics who were kind to me, and yeah, some of them who have been able to meet in person for the first time, and some people who I had never met before, but just got recommended by some comic friends of mine from out here in LA. Thank you so much to you guys. I really do appreciate it. People like Pam Benjamin, who's running Mutiny Radio over in San Francisco. She's got a ton of open mics. I think at least 2 to 3 throughout the week, as well as shows on the weekends, which was awesome. So she was able to get me on one of the bar shows that she was putting on over there. That was very fun. Thank you so much, Pam. I really do appreciate it. Robert Hudson, big L shot to him. Robo Skills on Instagram, who someone else who I hadn't met prior, but you know, did did a good job of in welcoming, being welcoming, and having me on some of his shows as well. Had a very fun show at local Brewing Co. In SF. It was pretty damn windy that day. The wind almost blew the roof off on the little outdoor patio area that they had set up, but everything was calm enough to perform. We had a good time. Got to run my material. Did a lot of time. Y'all, like, if I'm just gonna put this out there for anybody who's running shows with me involved. Like, if you're not gonna like me, I will just keep going. So, like, I'm not gonna self-time myself a lot of times, unfortunately. I'm not professional like that. So, if you want me to in and out in 10 minutes, you light me at 9, and I'll get done. Otherwise, I'll just keep running shit. I'll just be like, all right, what else we got? And then just go down the Rolodex of jokes and topics and whatnot to riff on. But yeah, that's been fun, man. So, thank you so much to you guys. Shout out to Andy Lowe's. Or not Andy Lowe, Andy Van, and shout out to Andy Lowe also too, on their baseball team, softball team. But Andy Van, got to hang out with him. I had actually saw him perform at one of Dumbfounded's comedy shows. Shout out to Dumbfounded as well, doing the shows out in K Town, which have been really fun. I think he's done 2 already. The last one had some heavy hitters on it. I was glad to see that. But yeah, so shout out to Andy, shout out to Vinayak Paul too. Um, what's up, Vinny? What's up, bro? What's happening? We had some fun shows out there. A couple other comics I got to meet for the first time in person. Um, Sam Medina, Angela Medina, got to meet you guys. Steven Steiner, and who else? I'm bad with freaking names. Oh my goodness, she had a funny joke about the Jets. This is the stuff that ruins me. Jen Perez, shout out to Jen Perez. She was running a lot of like online virtual mics and stuff, or I'd run across her a lot of times. I met her at a couple like bilingual mics and whatnot. She's Puerto Riqueña, Boricua, desde Nueva York, I think, or New Jersey. Don't quote me on that, but shout out to Jen. I know she's East Coaster. She's been out in the Bay for a minute though. Yeah, fun people, man. It's good to actually meet IRL and put things together. Shout out to the people that I met when I was out there. I know Eric Newton. Both he and I were able to kind of do a little bit of a drop-in spot, which was nice at one of the bar shows out in Pacifica, where I met Angela, Sam, and Jen. Shout out to Funky Sam Medina. Um, yeah, they all did awesome. But the 2 hosts, they were like, "Hey, we got a couple extra comics. You guys want to see some more comedy?" And yeah, they let us do a few minutes here. So that was kind of impromptu. I was just there to support because I had a bar show later that day in SF. So that was cool. Got to drive out there, say hi, get a couple beers, and then go to my show. And that was fun, man. I had a couple good sets. Got to do some older material that I hadn't done in a while. It feels fun, man. You get to be in front of actual crowds and actual people and stuff like that instead of just doing it in front of open mic comics all the time and the host and everybody's like, I've heard you say that stupid vaccine joke like 20 times. Like, come on, man. You're doing it in front of new people. It's like they're excited, they want to be there, or at least they're like open to like hearing you out at least, and you're like, all right, it's cool. The range of outcomes is not as predictable, and you're happy, you're in the moment, you're just excited, and that shit was fun, man. That was some good shit. I was hella happy. I did a my sets were cool, but like I was just happy to just be in that environment, man. It's just feeling like we're getting back to normal, man. It's getting back to normal, bro. We getting back to motherfucking normal in California, man. It's so happy to see. Thank you everybody who left this damn state so we can depopulate this motherfucker, because there's a lot of you who are just carrying some empty weight here. I mean, just call a spade, man. Like, come on, man. Uh, like, thank you. Give me more opportunities, more chances to be here. All you impatient motherfuckers that went up and left town. Yeah, we back, baby. And we gonna come with a good ass bounce back, man. Don't be counting Cali out. Don't be doing it. Don't be doing it. Everything with this COVID shit's all temporary. Just gotta always remember that shit. Keep the bigger perspective on things. So, yeah, man, we getting to it, bro. Comedy's coming back. Live music events are coming back. Oh my God, we can go to sporting events again. full capacity, feel the energy of the crowd. Yo, yo, yo. Everything's coming together. I'm fucking loving it. I'm loving it, man. It's been a long time coming. It's like a year and a half or so. So yeah, fun ass shit, man. So I had a good time up in the Bay. Who else did I meet? David Dominguez run some mics over in the East Bay. Ran into him as well. Um, hmm. Yeah, I met a few other comics, so I'm blanking on some names. But did the open mic at the Milk Bar. It's a bucket mic. I hadn't done a bucket mic in forever, and I showed up kind of later, dropped my name in there, and went to the bar. Went to go order, a little whiskey. I think whiskey Coke, maybe whiskey on the rocks. I can't remember. I'm thinking I got at least 10, 15 minutes to get ready to do a set and, feel out the crowd, feel out the vibe and whatnot. Nope. Guess whose name gets picked number one? This fucking guy. So I had to bite the bullet, had to break the ice, and ran up on stage, was like out of breath when I got up there. Ran the light because I didn't know how much time I was supposed to do. Didn't see apparently the initial first light. And I get one of these at the end where they're just waving it. And I'm like, cool, I got a minute. And then still waving it. And you're like, oh shit, I guess I'm done. And it's like, all right, later, I'm Mario. Peace. I'm out of here. So I did that shit, but I guess I did a couple jokes that a couple other comics like, so that's cool. That's cool. Get some respect. Got a couple new Facebook friends, couple new Instagram follows. You know what I'm saying? I'm a whore on IG. I will F4F if I've met you IRL and shit like that, or if I think you're cool people. But if you're an account you follow me and I don't follow you back, it's because I don't know you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's because I don't know you. I don't know of you. Right? So here's what it is. Um, yeah, my ratio, my followers to follow the people, my follows to followers ratio is like not good. It's like almost 2 to 1 right now. But whatever. I don't give a shit about that. I'm just trying to entertain y'all, get my word out to y'all motherfuckers. All right. So yeah. Anyway, Milk Bar was cool. I was out on Height. Yeah, that was the last one I did. So I did that one. Did one Alameda. I want to say not Alameda. I forget. It was somewhere in the East Bay. It was on the way back from when I had one of my shows over in SF. But yeah, that was a fun ass time. I think I want to say I did like 2 or 3 mics, and I did like 3 shows. 2, yeah, like 3 shows, 4 shows actually, 4 shows. Went out there 4 different days, so that was fun, man. That was a good trip. It was good to be with my family. Got to hang and got some cherries, cherry season up in Stockton, California. Family's got some orchards, which was nice. So we had a whole bunch of cherries. I got to take some back here, and they're gone. I ate most of them. So yeah. So shout out to that. What else? Yeah, I got to see my other grandma, Grandma Ada. She lives down the street. So it was cool. Did some chores, painted my family's freaking house outside. So I was like busy doing that during the day, and take a shower, get dressed, and then run out to the bed to go do comedy at night. So that's how I was doing it out there. Um, yeah, that was cool. I'm trying to make another trip back, say what's up. Um, because I'm trying to make some inroads in the scenes out there. Sacramento area, obviously 209. Got to network with some of them last time I was up there a couple months ago. Meet a few of them for the first time, which was awesome. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to do more and bigger things, man. I don't know what's next on the map in the comedy scene. Maybe Arizona, maybe Vegas. Who knows? I'm trying to make it out to New Mexico. Say what's up to Way Funky. What up, bro? What up, Way? Love you, dog. And or maybe a Northwest trip. Maybe we could go up to Portland, Seattle area. I feel like they're not quite open and up and moving around and shit yet. So maybe that probably be for maybe a month or two down the road. But yeah, man, I had a good time. Uh, So yeah, we getting back to normal, getting back on the road doing comedy and stuff like that. But also like hanging with cool people is cool to do again. All right. Like I know not everybody's been able to get out and get active and have fun. But I got to go to my first house party in a long time. That was with people that I don't typically know or hang out with, like some more strangers, I guess, or friends of friends, you know what I'm saying? Some of those situations where prior to the pandemic, you're like, yeah, let's fucking do that shit. But then with all this COVID shit happening, you're like, I'm gonna chill, think I'm gonna chill. So it was fun to be able to do that shit again. Shout out to the queen of SGV, Spinurita, throwing it down on her 1 year Twitch party. Thank you so much for the invite. That was such a fun time. We had a blast. I'm gonna miss so many different names, but Marnie 206 is was it Marnie 26? Yes, I think so. Shout out to you. um, who was spinning when we got there? So like Spinnerito was going back to back with Arabian Prince. I got to meet Arabian Prince, bro. OGest of OG. You know, fun music for NWA, man. That is some OG shit right there. So we gotta hang out. He was there early in the party, and yeah, we got turned. We got quite turned. That was a fun Saturday. That was a couple Saturdays ago. Um, yeah, big shout out to Morse Code. Shout out to Ivy, DJ Ivy, DJ Ivy LA on Twitch. They're fucking awesome. It was great to meet you both. Good peoples, good peoples. Shout out to Foxy, little doggo, little cute little doggo. She had a freaking baby Bjorn or whatever the little knapsack looking thing, and just holding, holding the doggo, just freaking spinning, man, just dropping heat, dropping that groovy shit, man. So that was fucking fun, man. Freaking me and VJ, aka DJ Supreme Kai, aka SupremeKai.biz on IG. Yeah, we were all up in that function, man. We are getting into it, getting active. There was a big ice chest full of liquor, and we were attacking it. All right, we went at it. We went at it. Oh man, that was a fun ass night. That was a fun day, full day. Sitting there partying. Senorita's brother cooking tacos on the grill. We're eating some masala, some chicken tacos and whatnot. What else they had? Maybe pastor, I think. Awesome. Got our drink on, got our smoke on a bit. Try to be respectful. 'Cause there's some family and stuff hanging out there, so not going super crazy, super all out. But we had a good ass time. The one thing that was kind of like messed up was that like my internet connection wasn't the greatest. So my Twitch stream was like coming in and out, and like me chatting with other people. At, like I don't know why I was doing that shit. I was live there. Like I ended up just be chilling, but like the first couple hours, I was kind of like, all right, talking to people. There was a ton of people on the stream, just hanging out, having a good time, and yeah, that was a good one. But like I was throwing subs and bits in the, in the stream, and the connection was like so lagging that it would take like 15 20 minutes until my subs actually came through. So I threw a couple subs initially and was just like chatting with people, whatever. And then like an hour later, I'm like, all right, let me throw some more. And I hit it. I hit the purchase button. I clicked that, and it's just like not coming through on the chat. So like I think it was on a hype chain or something. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like what the hell is this? So like my drunk ass reaches into my wallet, pulls out a $20 bill, walks up behind Spinnerita on the stream, goes over to the microphone, was like, hey, since my subs aren't coming through, I'm about to give you some like real life subs right here. There you go. Bow. And just dropped the 20, and she was just like, we were laughing. It was a fun time. We had a good time. I got so drunk I didn't even tell jokes on stream. She was like, we got Pudo coming here, oh yeah, we got Pudo. He's gonna tell some jokes. He's gonna do set. He's gonna do a few minutes. And I wanted to, but it didn't happen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So yeah, we had to leave kind of early. I had a busy ass schedule. Thank you so much for VJ coming through and coming with. But we left there, and then we went to East Los did a show. I did a comedy show at a bar at the same time that the UFC, I think 263 was happening, which was important mainly because Nate Diaz was fighting on that card against Leon Edwards. And so my phone is dead after partying and just being in the sun and being on Twitch and whatnot. So my phone's about to die. So we get VJ's phone and he's got the fight on like on his phone, and so we pull up to the bar, we get to the bar, and starts fighting, and we're just sitting there watching, and I'm kind of drunk already, and I'm just like slowly sipping this drink and just nervously watching Nate lose round one, lose round two, lose round three, lose round four, would start to show life, and then round five comes, and I'm sitting there like a nervous wreck because both me and VJ had some money on this fight, and we're like, bro, if we win this shit, we about to cash out, we about to ball out, it's about to happen. And so I'm just sitting there like, come on, Nate, get the fucking comeback, get the comeback, bro. Like just sitting there nervous, just knowing that he needs to get a finish to basically win the fight. And then this fool just like cold clocks him one time. Oh my God, he had him stunned up against the fence, and instead of rushing him to like finish him off like he possibly could have, he fool just stands there, looks at him, and just starts taunting him and points at him like, "Yeah, yeah, that's right, motherfucker. Like I got this." And like it was a G move, but also was like, yo, man, the opportunity was there, and he kind of let it slip, and then Leon kind of recovered a little bit, and he was able to survive the rest of the round. Got to the decision, and he obviously won the decision. But like, fuck, man, I was like, when he hit him, when he cold clocked him with the hook, oh man, I thought he had a chance, and we were bugging out at the bar, but the timing ended up working out, so the fight ended. We started the comedy show. Shout out to Luis Noriega for helping put that together and having me on. I really do appreciate it. We're out in Rudy's in East LA. Um, yeah, I believe that was the first show that he had thrown there, so I had a fun time. Um, got to be on with a couple other dope comics. Sean Fawaz, shout out to you, Johnny Roque. Another guy from the Bay, Uriah Jaquez. Um, he runs mics out in the East Bay in the Oakland area, and I couldn't make it out to one of his that he had up there when because I was busy one of those days helping my family out. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna come by, stop by. I think it's a bomb shelter is what they call it. I'll make my way up there at some point. But yeah, he reached out to me and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be down in LA area. Does he know anybody who's got a show?" And I said, "Hey, possibly." And so Luis was able to get him on. So thank you for that. We really appreciate it. Yeah, fun stuff as always. So another online personality I was able to meet IRL. So that's cool. Shout out to you, Uriah. Even for me, if I felt like a fucking Porcho saying it. Hakis. Not saying it. I'm like Jacques. Nah, fuck you, fucking idiot. Come on, man. Come on, dog. You better than that. So that shit was fun as hell. So that was Saturday, and so yeah, that was like one of the first parties that I've been to in a minute. Um, yeah, we ended up going back over to Spinarita's place afterwards and had some little after party action going down because apparently the cops came and shut them down, and so they transitioned on over to they got like I think their cousin, I want to say, they like lives like a couple doors down, so we're hanging out with them for a minute. Um, But yeah, fun ass time. Shout out to everybody who was there. Shout out to everybody who spun out also on that stream. I know Spinarita was partying, but she was trying to be like a respectful host as well too. I I'll take some responsibility for getting the shots up and pouring and going and shit like that. VJ and I, we both brought a full big old bottle of Jameson, big old handle, and we kind of went hard on it. Like there was enough alcohol that it wasn't necessary, but like she was down. She was just like, "Let's go, let's fucking get it." And I'm never one to back down, and VJ is definitely never the one to say no under normal circumstances. Um, so we were going at it. We went at it. We were hitting a bottle, bro. That shit was fun. Um, damn, yeah, had a good time. Had a real good time. What else? What else? Yeah, just other comedy shit. Have I had any other spots? Not really. Just been doing some mics here and there since I came back here in LA. I haven't been hitting it too hard. Uh, did start a new job, um, a new temp gig for the next few weeks. So I've been grinding on that. It's probably partially why I haven't been up on a bunch of Twitch streams, hella, like during the middle of the random times, middle of the day, or like at night, stuff like that. Because I've been working, and it's an opening shift too, so I got to be in the office around 6 a.m. and I'm getting out around 2:30, 3 o'clock, and Monday through Friday. So it's been something. Last week was the first week, and I'm just gonna say thank God they provide free coffee because man, I don't know how I'd be up and moving during those times normally. It's almost 11 right now, Pacific time, so like, yeah, I probably should be in bed already. I did a whole bunch of laundry, so that's why I'm on here hella late. I had to watch the basketball game that was happening on earlier today too. It was Hawks and the Bucks for Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Who the fuck saw that one coming? Which we'll get into in a little bit. So yeah, I'm running late, but so my sleep schedule and my body clock are all kind of getting adjusted to this newness, this new reality. Um, but yeah, I've been able to get some workouts in before kind of um, the big rush or like after work and stuff. All those folks start coming in, so that's been cool. Being able to get some midday workouts in after work, after some already caffeinated and up and moving, which is nice. Along with the paycheck that I'll be getting in a few weeks, which is cool, obviously. Uh, yeah, the unemployment situation is kind of in flux. I know for a lot of different people, depending on what state you're in, some states are more willing to just keep people up and moving with unemployment. Other states are like, kick fucking rocks. Time for you to get a fucking job, which can be a tough transition. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I've been back and forth off the unemployment line before, so it's nothing new. It's nothing new for me, but yeah, I guess for the newness is trying to navigate having an upstart comedy career with trying to spin music on the side and upgrade equipment and the podcast and get guests and trying to get that up and moving, trying to get our live shows up in LA back up and moving as well, get that organized. Gonna try to bring some dates for the month of July. That's gonna be our plan. Get back up in the game. Try to get some new venues. So I'm trying to balance, being sharp with my jokes, being sharp with my comedy, my presence, my stage presence, and all that too. At the same time, fitting it in with a full job. So yeah, that'll be the new challenge. Um, it's been tough because I love doing late night sets, and it's uh it's difficult at times when you got to get up. I get 5 in the morning, 5:30 at the latest. Um, but yeah, just trying to make it work. Just trying to make it work though. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. Position that I have is pretty chill for the most part. We'll see how it goes once I get kind of more up and running. It took me a minute to do like training and all that stuff too, so that was a little bit of a challenge also. But yeah, man, just still living it, man. Oh, shout out to El Vitor for the follow. I do appreciate you. Um, what's up, Supreme Kai? I didn't even freaking say what's up to people in the chat. Stop the hate. Well, you stop the hate, bro. Oh, you got the doggy. You got the golden doodle with the blunt in his mouth. You got to be up on Twitch to be seeing this shit. Some people say it's a doggy treat. I think he's got a backwood though. I'm pretty sure it's a backwood. ¿Qué tal, Vitor? ¿Cómo te va, mi amigo? Um, what's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, man, it's me. Uh, where was I? What was I? Just talking about some shit, man. Um, going back to doing shows. Oh yeah. So once again, big shout out to Spinnerita again. I was able to catch her do an IRL gig. back to back with Morse code at a bar in North Hollywood, I want to say, somewhere up over there, over the hill, some shit like that. Um, Fucking fun, man. It was the first time I got to like be in a crowded area indoors, nobody wearing masks, and everybody just having a good time. It's the first time I got to dance under a disco ball in maybe 2 years almost. Been a while. So we're sitting there grooving. Um, I came in, got a drink. Somebody bumped me and I spilled some of my drink like a couple minutes after I left the bar. And to be quite honest with you, the first time that happened, wasn't even mad. Couldn't give a care in the world. Didn't give a shit. I was so happy. I was like, damn, this is what it feels like, man. We back, baby. We back. So I felt kind of good about it. I was like, all right, cool. Let's just chop it up to the game. Just got to take that loss. It is what it is. And then, yeah, it happened a second and third time, and I didn't quite feel the same way. But, you know what I'm saying? We get back to normal, man. We get back at it. Back in that shit. Oh, man. Nah, I'm not gonna talk about AMLO. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna get into Mexican politics in this episode. I've talked about it before. You can go back and check out all my other episodes of the Puro Caballero Show. Si usted entiende inglés también. Because yeah, the majority of my episodes are in English because that's my best language. I'm sorry. Um, Saludos, Artenorio. Um, what's up? What's up? What's up? How's it going? Thank you for the follow. Thanks for chilling. I'm just gonna keep talking my shit because that's what I do. That's what the fuck I do. All right. What am I doing? All right. I had a list. I had a list of shit and I lost it. Where'd it go? There it is. All right. Oh yeah. So we doing shows. Yeah. Shout out to Spinnerita. Shout out to Morse Code. They both had a real good sets. Morse Code is like a pros pro. They had vinyl. They had the decks, but like the right deck was like not grounded, so it had a bunch of like feedback on it. And Spinnerita was telling me about this after the fact, and so they would had to like freaking juggle the records every time they had to like mix in and out because they kept having to use the left um the fucking left turntable. And so eventually they switched over to the CDJs like midway through, and Morse code had it himself one of the old school fucking thumb drives and shit. Had to stick that bitch in there and just start making it work with Serato. So um, I know Spinnerito's telling me that this. She's like, man, I haven't done mess with CDJs in a long ass time. It's been a long time for me too, and it's been a while. So that was cool. That was cool to see. But they killed it though, regardless of whatever limitations they might have had or issues where they had with the sound. The crowd was having it, and we had a good time. Got to hang out, smoke with them after the show. Gave Morse Code a ride back to the crib. Dropped them off over there. Got to meet another Twitch personality. Shout out to Nikki Laser if you out here in the streets. I know you just sent me like a little friend request on Twitch recently, so shout out to you. Uh, Funny dude who was just in town. He was rolling through from Colorado, I believe Boulder. Was hitting some other shows in the area. I think he was telling me that he was like traveling around a bit. But man, so yeah, we leave the bar. It's like already after 2 a.m. We're just chilling, smoking, hanging out. Morse code was like trying to get a car, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll help you, give you a ride. It's only a couple minutes, so roll over, drop him off. Um, Ended up hanging over at the apartment for a little bit, dude. We were there for a while. He's a gracious host. Made us some Trader Joe's Indian food, which was lovely at the moment. We were really hungry at night, or it was getting late there. Morse code was trying to like do a after party stream at like 3:30 in the morning. And he's like telling Spinner, he's like, yeah, we can go back to back, you know what I'm saying? Like we can play final and all this shit. And she was looking at me like, I don't know if I can do this right now. Like I don't have the energy. It is late, and I felt that. I felt that, man. But yeah, that was last Friday. That shit was fun. Had a good ass time. I think the TG bar, some shit like that. I don't know. It's on Morse Code's page. Um, so yeah, that shit was fun as hell. Uh, that was fun. That was funny. To talk about Morse Code, that dude's a character too. Oh man, he's telling some funny stories. Um, but yeah, I think it's his birthday next week, and there's gonna be a little get together at the the Friendly. It's in Silver Lake. Yeah, I think it's a friend bar. Um, the Mike B, I guess, is the regular there at that spot. So shout out to the Mike B, very very dope DJ. If you do not know, um, he's like yeah, LA legend, resident at a lot of different gigs. I seen him spin before I even knew who his name was or connected the name to the face, you know. So, but he's real cool with IV Morse code and that whole LA DJ community and whatnot. So it's been cool. So I'll probably be checking that out this Sunday after our softball team has a game, which there's another thing that happened this last weekend, man. We should have fucking crazy. I'm in the softball league with a bunch of comics and stuff like that, and we had we're supposed to have a doubleheader last week on Sunday, and nobody showed up for the first game, like our opponents or the umpire. Second gig shows around, and the other team's there, but no umpire. So we had somebody who was like kind enough to just call balls and strikes for us as we were playing, just kind of as like a. I get we played it like it was like a legit game. We played by all the rules and whatnot, and yeah, we played. We just let the umpire call whatever. Um, weren't really stressing about it. Still won the game, but it's kind of weird. We get an email the other day saying that they rescheduled the game to this week. This next Sunday. It's supposed to be the playoffs, but they pushed that back 2 weeks because it's going to be game this Sunday, then it's 4th of July, and then the playoffs. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see. We'll see. Fun ass league though. Shout out to everybody that's on the team. I'm not gonna bore you guys with a bunch of names. Fun motherfuckers. I've tagged them on my Instagram before. Just go look through the pictures. I think it was in a photo dump somewhere. But we need a team party. We're gonna have a team party at some point. So that'll be fucking dope. Dope as hell. Um, yeah, man. We getting back at it, man. We getting back. Three motherfucking pillars coming back together in my life. Fucking comedy, sports, and music. Let's fucking do this shit. I'm so hyped, man. I'm so fucking fucking hyped, man. Fucking hype. Oh man. Might as well make this transition. Talk about the different shows that I have coming up, man. Um, the big one, the big one. Day Trip Festival. Going day one, July 3rd, Saturday. And it's gonna be beautiful. They just announced a venue change. It was supposed to be down at the LA Pier, I guess, which is down in San Pedro. They had a small location. I guess they had an issue with reaching capacity and like having enough security and whatnot to hold it down. So they changed locations to right outside SoFi Stadium, which is a new football stadium in Inglewood for the Chargers and for the Rams. Mostly for the Rams. Kroenke basically funded it, and then Spanos and the Chargers kind of just are like, yeah, we'll come and also pay rent for the spot. So they both play there though, and there hasn't been any events with live people there. So I think this is the first one, even though it's not inside technically. It'll be outdoors, right outside, because they built like a whole man-made lake right in that little area. So I'm interested to see how it's gonna be. But the lineup, it looks fucking crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm fucking hyped. Yo, so like this festival, right? So day trip is like typically the day party on the like that they do on the patio of Academy in Hollywood, and they decided they were gonna do a festival, but then the pandemic happened, and so they were like, all right, well, whenever we're back, we're gonna do this festival or show or whatnot, and the tickets were cheap. This was like about a year ago. This shit came out, right? And they were like, okay, whenever we can do it, We're gonna do it. Buy a ticket now and just save the money. So I think it was like 50, $60 or something like that. And I just had my stimulus and was like, fuck it, whatever. I'll just buy it, not even think about it. But stupid me, a conflict of interest because I honestly kind of want to be up in Stockton because my boy VJ is celebrating his birthday also on the same day, which is like I'm like, fuck, I feel so bad. But I also took up this gig here in LA, so it kind of kept me here anyway. But could have made it work. Disappointed that didn't happen. But yeah, shit happens. Shit happens. This lineup is crazy though. So let me read this out to you. This is Romeo doing live set, Claptone, Diplo, Gene Ferris, Medusa, Marshall Jefferson, very old school, John Summit, Nala, Norm Pure, Vintage Culture, and then at the other stage it's going to be AC Slater, Adam Auburn, Dombresky, Jay Wara, LP Jovi, Matroda, Noizu, Side Piece, Chami, and West End. And so I'm probably going to be staying at that second stage more than the first one, to be honest with you, because I am hyped to see AC Slater again. Um, Never seen Dombresky, want to see him. Jay Wara, I don't think I've ever seen her. LP, she's awesome. I only really started like listening to her during the pandemic, seeing her spin on Sophie Tucker stream consistently. She was really dope. So LP's dope. Noizu might be my favorite artist that I've kind of started listening to also during this time. He had a couple bangers beforehand that I like had in a couple of my playlists on Spotify or whatnot that'll come up, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I fuck with it." And then Baby Baby came out last year, and then he's just been like on another level, in my opinion. Just I fucks with it. I fucks with it. Um, Summer was it Summer '91? That's a good one too. Yeah, I got a lot of hits, man. A lot of hits. Side piece also very cool. Um, got that song with Diplo blowing up right now. And then Chami's a fucking legend, bro. Like Chami's fucking ill. I always have a good time bumping some Chami. Always have a good time every time he plays. Um, yeah, it's gonna be excited to see the Roman collar back in action, baby. Love it, love this shit. So that's where I'll be July 3rd. I hope you can make it. Aside from that, I actually just today bought some tickets for a couple shows. I'd have came across some money. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, man. Where's the inbox? So I bought tickets to the show. It's Panic in LA is the name of the show. I've gone to some of their shows before, but check this out. Rakim, DJ Jazzy Jeff, for the first time ever together? What? Legends, son. Legends in the game. Opening up though, the aforementioned the Mike B is gonna be there, so I will be seeing you, Mike. Um, yeah, Atmosphere DJs also gonna be there, so that shit's gonna be fun as fuck. But this shit is not until August, so it's gonna be a minute. And then the other one I got for August too is tickets to the show Let's Play House tour. They're another little cool little party group that does shows up and down the West Coast for the most part. They're doing a show in LA. Gonna go see Esta and I'm gonna go see Full Crate. So Esta's fucking sick. I don't know if I've seen him before live, but he's one of those producers that I really fucked with from the SoundCloud, like kind of heyday, as you will, I guess. Real chill with the selection crew, kind of those kind of vibes. So I'm gonna see those fools in concert. The next ticket that I want to get though is gonna be the what is it? Snoop Dogg concert. Uh, there's a show. Fuck is it called? Once Upon a Time in LA. Yeah, this show's coming back. I'm trying to go to this shit, bro. Look at the lineup on this one. Tickets come out, I think, Friday. This shit is crazy, bro. Fucking insane. Let's check it out. So, all right, I think Snoop Dogg's putting it together. Live Nation. This is like a crazy, crazy lineup. Let me just go through it. Al Green, Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, YG, Ice Cube, The Game, the Isley Brothers, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Cypress Hill, 3 6 Mafia, E40, Too Short, DJ Quick, Warren G, George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelic, War, Zap, Brenton Wood, Dom Kennedy, OGZ, Blueface, Draco the Ruler, RJ, Mr. Arlay, Mr. LA, can't fucking read. The Dramatics, the Delphonics, the Stylistics, the Shy Lights, dog, the Dog Pound, Sugar Free, Mac 10, Dub C, gonna be crip walking, Exhibit, X to the Z, the East Siders, bro, the Mary Jane Girls, Morris Day, Cameo, dog, Lisa, Heatwave, Blue Bucks Clan, Kamaya, OT Genesis, King Lil G, shout out to you, Snow the Product, Burner, Psycho Realm gonna be there, Lil Rob, this one of those summer nights, even in the wintertime, we're gonna play that shit. MC Magic and Baby Bash, bro, Amanda Perez, Mr. Capone, now we get to the deep ones. The SOS Band, bro, Midnight Star, Rose Royce, the Cover Girls, the Midnighters, bro. Also, Trish Toledo, the Lakesiders, Coyote or Coyote, I don't know. Try for third. What is this? Day Sulan. Fool's Gone Wild apparently is gonna be there. I don't know. We might see me a little mystery. Might get some get some sock checks going. See a lot of fools who don't live to live are probably gonna be there, man. A lot of Skante Warriors. Bro, this shit's gonna be wild. Yeah, so that's gonna be down the street from where I live, baby. It's like um Expo Park, Bank of California Stadium, right there where the LAFC football club plays, right next to the Coliseum. Yo, that's fucking ill. I'm trying to get this ticket on Friday. I'm buying this motherfucker. Yeah, $160. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that shit. There's so many acts on here I haven't seen, that I want to see. Whew, all the old school acts, obviously. Um, Cypress I haven't seen. Probably most excited to see the 3 6 Mafia, bro. Oh my god, Juicy J. Yo, yo, yo. I love it, Dom Kennedy. Um, bro, I've seen War before. I've seen it's legendary shit, bro. When there's the the list of the Dramatics, Delphonics, Stylistic, Shy Lights, Dog Pound, yo, East Siders, yo, 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 man, that's fucking wild, man. Dude, this is like my two favorite radio stations growing up. This is like the oldies station and the rap station just came together and put a fucking show, and they're doing it all the way live. Oh my god! So I'm trying to go to that shit. If you guys get a ticket, let me know. We can meet up, man. Yeah, I also got Hard Summer up on the horizon. I think I'm like 5.5 weeks away for that shit. That shit's gonna be wild. And then shout out to Coach Kitty Cat. I'm gonna be partying. We're gonna be hanging. Uh, try to be dancing. Um, yeah, man, a lot of shit, a lot of shit. Oh, what's up, Spinnerita? How you doing? How you doing? Uh, slap of the week, bro. I don't know. I gotta think about that. I gotta come back to you with that one. It's fucking wild. A lot of shows happening, man. A lot of shit's going all the way down. What did I miss? Shout out to you. Shout out to you all. Ba ba ba. Um, yeah, man. A lot of fucking shows happening. El Vitor, thank you for the follow, as I mentioned. What else is happening? Well, now I'm just reading emails. What is happening here? What are you doing, Mario? Just being fucking crazy. Okay. How many minutes have I done so far? Where am I at on this shit? Oh shit, we almost had an hour. I ain't even through all my shit, man. I ain't even through all this shit. What's next on the to-do list to talk about? Oh, I might as well talk about it. Shout out to the Phoenix Suns, still alive in these NBA playoffs. Wild times, man. Wild times. Who had money on Phoenix versus the Clippers in the West, and then Atlanta versus Milwaukee in the East, because I did not see that coming. All right, this matchup is crazy. So yeah, my vested and rooting interest is for this squad right here. Shout out to the Phoenix Suns, man, making it back to the Western Conference Finals for the first time since I want to say Steve Nash was there. If they make it to the finals, it'll be the first time since this jersey was bought by my father before I turned 1 year old, because we were living in Phoenix at the time. All right, this is vintage shit. This is a champion shit right here. Uh, Fortunately, Chuck couldn't get the championship, but it is what it is. But big shout out to the Phoenix Suns. Devin Booker putting the team on his back. Chris Paul doing a tremendous job. I like. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like a big percentage of like this crazy matchups happening is due to this injury bug that's been happening like crazy. It's from the wear and tear of this long ass season and these NBA players not getting enough rest, um, adequate rest, I'd say. And the season schedule was kind of condensed a little bit. There was less days off in between than a normal year. And they also didn't get the All Star break that they thought they were gonna get. So it is what it is. This is kind of you reap what you sow, I guess. Not a lot of healthy teams on the basketball court right now. There's so many guys that have been missing. I mean, let's see here. NBA playoffs bracket. Check it out. Da, 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 da. Hold on a second. Here we go. View bracket. Yeah, in the first round, Utah over Memphis 4-1. But Utah had Mike Conley miss a bunch of games in the second round in particular, and then they didn't even have Donovan Mitchell to begin, so Mitchell was like not fully healthy there. Let's see, Clippers beat Dallas 4-3, so that set up a Clipper Utah matchup. Clippers lost the first two games of this series and they ended up coming back to win anyway. On the other side, let's see, Denver played Portland. Denver won 4-2. Denver didn't have what's Jamal Murray, their second best player. I think either messed his Achilles or his ACL up. It was like serious injury that he suffered about like a month before playoffs started. Um, Portland just didn't have enough firepower though, so they passed. And then the 2-7 matchup, it was Phoenix versus the Lakers, the reigning champion LA Lakers. And Phoenix got that. It shouldn't be an upset, but it was an upset because I mean they are the 2 seed, but this is a weird year. LeBron was dealing with some nagging stuff. Anthony Davis couldn't play all the time. He had a lot of injuries at the end of the season, and he's a guy who's typically injury prone already to begin with. So I mean, fucking Phoenix, man, they came through. I know all the Laker fans that live out here were fucking so salty, so mad. It was a competitive series, but like, whoo, boy, like, yo, shit got chippy with Chris Paul and Jay Crowder. I'm not gonna lie, that there should be borderline to like crossing the line on certain things, but hey, man, it is what it is. It's playoff time. Uh, shit happens, man. Shit happens. So Phoenix ended up taking that. Anthony Davis didn't play in most of those games. I think he only played like maybe a game and a half, and not enough. So they advanced 4-2, knocking out LeBron and the Lakers. So in the West, it became Denver and Phoenix, and the Clippers, Utah, second round. And Denver, yo, they did not have enough firepower. Maybe with Murray there, things could have changed, but whoo, man, Suns started clicking in that second round. They swept them out the building 4-0, man. And they had Jokic and Booker get into it. Jokic's big ass thug looking brothers are almost running on the court and stuff. They're like threatening people from the stands and shit. Like I had security people be like, "Yo, you need to chill." Those security people probably look petrified because there's no way in hell that they were gonna survive that shit. It would have been wild. So anyway, Denver, so they got knocked out. And then the other side, yo, Clippers Utah matchup, that shit was interesting. So both teams were severely hampered. Clippers were pretty healthy throughout up until game 5. They lose the first 2 games and then they proceed to win the next 4. But the last one that they won was challenging um, because they didn't have Kawhi Leonard, who suffered a knee injury towards the end of Game 5. He had to be taken out the game. He was hobbling. In the post-game interview, he said, "Yeah, it's no problem. I'll be fine." But he's proceeded to miss the last 3 games, so it's serious shit. Definitely serious shit. So we'll see what happens with him coming back because that's still very, very questionable. So Paul George was able to do a tremendous job stepping up. He had a lot of moments in this playoffs where he's kind of disappeared at times, and people have been real critical with him in the media. A lot of the fans have been like, "Yo, man, is this playoff P? Is this pandemic P? Like, what's going on, man? What's happening? He's showing up some games and not the others." Especially like with Kawhi out, they really needed him, and he's done pretty well. He's kind of stepped up. His numbers the last game were so. Game 2 yesterday, but hey, man, you're missing your number one guy. It's make or break time right now. And one of the big guys who deserves a lot of credit for helping him get to past the second round is Terrence Mann, the rookie. Yo, I think he put up like 39 points or something insane that last game. Something way above what he averages, man. Like, yeah, they needed him. They needed him a lot because it still could have gone possibly to 7, man. Like Utah could have pushed it, but yeah. So the Clippers, this is the first time they've ever made the conference finals in their whole career, their whole history, their whole franchise history. There don't have any banners, man. They're 4 more games away, I guess, from making the finals. And this Clippers team has gone down 0-2 the first 2 rounds. Well, guess what? They're down 0-2 again here against Phoenix. They lost last night on a ridiculous alley-oop buzzer beater play. DeAndre Ayton catching the lob and throwing it down. Looked like it could have been goaltending, but I guess the rule is if you're throwing it from under the hoop over this way, that if it's in the hoop, you can put it in. It's a live ball as soon as you throw it in there. So perfect pass. Boogie Cousins was supposed to be guarding the inbounds, wasn't doing enough. Yeah, man, the pass was so good. There was 0.8 seconds left. It only took like 0.2 seconds off the clock. Just our point 0.2 or 0.3, something crazy. Yeah, so they got like a 1 point victory because of that shit. It was crazy. Paul George missed 2 free throws at the end, so people saying he's like not coming up as clutch as he needed to, yada yada, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. See if Kawhi comes back. Another guy that missed some games, Chris Paul. Apparently, he tested positive for COVID, even though he has the vaccine. He's fully vaccinated. And that news came about like last week, like the day after or like the night of when they won the last game of the series when they swept Denver. It was like the day after or something. It was like Chris Paul's in the, health and safety protocols, and it was just like, fuck, shit's serious. And he hasn't been with the team the first 2 games, and I guess it hasn't really mattered because Phoenix is off to a 2-0 start, and Cameron Payne coming off the bench and filling in that role in the starters as a starter, and he is balled out. Like, I gotta give big props to him. DeAndre Ayton still holding it down on the inside, doing a good job playing defense. And Booker, man, D Book, his numbers haven't been the greatest, but he's come up with winning plays when they need it, and he's facilitating more, playing more of a point guard role, which he's done in the past. Maybe, he's kind of like a combo guard. If you need him to play point, he can go do that shit. But if you need him to get buckets, I mean, that's probably where he's best suited to do. So, him and Chris Paul have been an interesting pairing. Now we'll see what happens. Chris Paul, I think, says that he's going to play game 3. So now Phoenix gets a little bit better. Clippers need Kawhi because obviously digging down 0-3 is looking dire because no team has ever come back from 0-3. I think only one team ever has even forced a game 7 after being down 0-3. That's really difficult to do in the NBA. So they desperately got to win this game 3 tomorrow. So we'll see what happens there. Let's go back to the other side. Let's go to the East. The 1-8 matchup was Philly and Washington. Philly won that one 4-1. Knicks and Atlanta. Knicks making the playoffs for the first time in a long time. Madison Square Garden was rocking. Maybe a little too much. Fans spitting, throwing shit on the court and stuff like that, spitting at Trae Young. Trae Young freaking egging them on, talking the mad shit. Atlanta gets the victory 4-1, 4-1. And you could really tell that they're like a more talented team, maybe a little more undisciplined or whatnot, but they came together and they played well once this playoff started. All right, Milwaukee just swept Miami 4-0. They were looking like a juggernaut. Brooklyn was also looking tremendous, up 4-1. Um, they had at that point they beat Boston 4-1, 2-7 matchup. At that point, they had all three of their superstars healthy and up and running, and they were gunning. They were going for it. Um, Unfortunately, Kyrie Irving got hurt, and then James Harden also got hurt. Kyrie had a real nasty ankle sprain, landed on some guy's foot. I want to say like game 1 or game 2 of the Milwaukee series. And then James Harden hurt his knee and I think he had a grade 2 sprain or something on his knee, and it was not looking good for him. He did come back and play. Didn't have very good stats those last 2 games, but I mean the guy was on a leg and a half, so you can't criticize him too much. Brooklyn needed all the bodies they could get at that point because it was just KD and then just like a whole bunch of just role players, and they still almost beat Milwaukee. It took them to 7. KD was playing some crazy hero ball, putting up like 40 plus every game they needed him to do it. The last 2 games, I think he may have like rested a combined 2 minutes total. Game 6, he played all 48 minutes. I think he even played yeah, game 7, I think he rested maybe like 2 or 3 minutes in regulation, played all 5 minutes of overtime, and like that game was insane too because that one he hit a crazy tough shot with a couple seconds left. He thought he maybe have won the game, but his foot was on the line. It was like a lob pass to the top of the key. He had PJ Tucker all over him. He had to like do some spin, turn, catch the ball, face the hoop, and shoot it all in one mode. It was crazy, and he hit it. He hit the shot, putting up buckets, man. So Milwaukee, it just seemed like I don't know, like they're just always play the same exact way, regardless of the matchup, regardless of the style of their opponent, and they just do them. And I think this is a Budenholzer thing, but like he's sticks too much to the script sometimes, and I don't know. He's got this is like really, really NBA geek nitpicky type shit, but like the way that they're covering pick and rolls, the way that they would execute double teams, um, the way that they run their offense with Giannis. Sometimes it was just like very clunky, and it was just like everybody standing around and watch him try to get to the hoop, instead of maybe trying to work him on some post up opportunities or work him off the ball so that guys like Middleton and Drew can eat a little bit. But you know, if Brooklyn had their guys, they would have advanced. It would have been simple as that. But regardless, Milwaukee made it. And then there was another 7-game series, Philadelphia and Atlanta. Yo, Philly fans, it's rough right now. It's gonna be a rough off season. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, whew, series was 2-2. They had game 5 at home. Trae Young and the Hawks just came and balled out. But more importantly, this was like the series of epic collapse by the Sixers. Like every game, dude, there was a lot of comebacks in the last round, the second round, but like so many 20-point leads being blown left and right. But Philly, they were making it their fucking forte. Yo, like how many 15-point four-quarter leads are you guys gonna give up in one single postseason, man? And just Doc Rivers looking around, staring off into space, man, like not knowing what the hell to do. And a lot of this has to go on Ben Simmons' lap, unfortunately. Um, yeah, talking about injuries, Embiid had a slight meniscus tear, was still out there balling. It looked like he was balling up until the fourth quarter, and he was getting gas, and like he couldn't have that lift on his legs, or I don't know what it was, but yeah, he couldn't get it going a couple games offensively, especially in the fourth quarter. But the guy who really was fucking ice cold in the fourth quarter was Ben Simmons, man. Like, yo, we know you're a bad shooter, but like this was like another level. If you're gonna be the primary ball handler on a team that's trying to win a championship, you can't be somebody who's shooting under 40% at the free throw line. Like, not even 50%, averaging one out of every two, which is still not good, but you can somewhat justify you being out there. Like, if you're shooting 38% or 35% like he was doing in the series, like, yo, they went to hack a Ben Simmons, strategy a couple times. The man shot three, I can't even count, three total field goal attempts in the fourth quarter for the whole 7-game series. That is fucking pitiful, man. Yo, and then in game 7, my man, you were right there. Bro, posting up, hits a spin move, gets to the 10. He's right there. You're 6'9". You can dunk it. You can reverse dunk it. You can try a lay-in, reverse lay-in, left-handed. I mean, it's spinning off the glass. Put some English on that bitch. Like, nah, son. I'm gonna drop it off to Matisse Thybulle, who's like I'm the fifth option on offense. He's our fourth option on offense. It's cutting to the rim. By the time he grabs it, John Collins is coming over the top to contest this shit. Granted, Thybulle did get fouled, but he went 1 for 2 from the free throw line, and like that moment just encapsulated like the whole essence of the Sixers team of just like you're right there, you could see it, you can almost feel it, and then it just goes through your hands, man. Yo, I feel for you guys, man, because that was a rough one, man. Like Doc Rivers overall is a pretty good coach, but like there's times where he deserves some criticism, and this series was a rough one for him, man. Just how they tried to match up with Atlanta. I mean, Trey was just hitting. Trey's been the star of this playoffs. Like him and Booker, those two guys have been the big breakout stars, I will say. Trey's been balling, and he's been finding guys, getting like double-digit assists pretty routinely, and putting up a lot of 30, 40-point games, just like easy, easy. His mid-range floaters and his ability to get to the hoop, being a little dude, he gets a lot of fouls called on him, which can be annoying at times, but like, hey, it is what it is. So they've been balling now. They've been doing their thing. They just got a victory tonight over Milwaukee in game 1. So they're leading the series 1-0. And yo, Atlanta might make the finals as a 5 seed. Yo, it might be Atlanta and the Clippers. Or Phoenix. Might be Phoenix, Atlanta. Very few people, I would say, put money on that shit. That shit is fucking wild. Atlanta? Really? Atlanta? The Hawks? Yo, craziness. Fucking craziness. All right, I got a few other things I wanted to talk about with you since I got you here. There it is. Right, so yeah, that's your NBA roundup for the last couple weeks and shit. I've been trying to watch these games. Been watching a lot of them on the highlights for the ones I can't make. Couple other news and notes in the world of sports. Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month in particular to Carl Nassib, defensive end, rotation guy on the Las Vegas Raiders. He is now the first and only active player in the National Football League that has come out as gay, which uh, kudos, props to him. I understand that that could be something very, very challenging and difficult to have to grapple with as a professional athlete, especially in like the most macho of sports in America, being tackle football. That locker room situation, I'm sure, has been awkward in the past. There's some stuff that happens there that, is not always kind um, to his community, I will say, just to be pretty blunt and honest about that. So, big props to him. He got a big round of support. As these things start to slowly happen, it becomes more and more commonplace, which is, good to recognize. Um, I think he also donated, I think like 10,000 or 100,000 to the Trevor Project, which was helping um, LGBT youth with suicide prevention, which I think is very, very noble cause. I think the stat that he said is like if you have one person who's a positive influence in their life, that they could possibly decrease suicide attempts by 40% or so. So like I'm pretty sure that's the number that he threw out. I get a lot of numbers in my head mixed up, so my apologies if I have that incorrect. But regardless, um, yeah, that's been a big news. I just saw that Nassib's number 94 jersey for the Raiders was the number one on Fanatics.com yesterday. So, slowly but surely changing the tides. You got some more acceptance out there from some different communities and whatnot. And the timing of being in Pride Month and whatnot obviously has kind of boosted the profile a bit for when he did this. But yeah, I can't imagine being a part of a team and whatnot and having kind of a certain aspect of you not being able to fully embrace it or being comfortable fully embracing that. Um, which I've like from my experience, I've had friends that have come out as gay after the fact, after knowing them. I've had friends that have just been pretty open about it, once you meet them or whatnot. Um, and yeah, man, like it's difficult to try to put myself in someone else's shoes because I've never been in that position, and I don't think I ever will. And it's easy for me to recognize, but um, yeah, there's like real progress that's happening, and I feel like there's some stuff that's kind of like corporate phoniness. A lot of corporations that are coming out this year, and there's been like throwing the rainbow flag everywhere. But it's like, what are the actions that are you really taking, and how are you really treating people on your day to day? Whether they're gay or not. Because there's a lot of scumbag companies that are just, yeah, we stand with you, but then like go kick rocks when like shit hits a fan. So, you know, difficult, difficult stuff. But yeah, big shout out to Carl. Um, NFL's gonna get up and running in a couple months. There's still a couple of crazy offseason stuff happening. I know Aaron Rodgers is still really poo-pooing this whole season, and it's kind of mad. He wants to get traded. I know. It's a crazy story that happened the other day. Frank Clark showing up with a freaking or getting caught with a Uzi in his Urus Lambo or Lambo Urus or whatever, the SUV. This is like the second or third time this has happened to him too. So fucking crazy. Frank Clark, what is you doing, I guess, or what is going on in your life that you think you need to be doing that shit? Wild, wild stuff. Yeah, man. NFL, it'll get up and running the whole news cycle and shit. I feel like about a month when preseason starts getting close and people will be in training camp. You got Hard Knocks coming back. We got fans for the first time in a while. Full capacity stadiums are probably going to be everywhere. Raiders are going to be having their inaugural season with fans in the stadium in Vegas. I'm going to try to make it to one of those games. I might have to wait for midway through the season when the ticket prices start to drop. Hopefully, the team's good. But then also, I'm like, man, I was looking at the prices today, man. Them fuckers are expensive, man. Like some of the cheap ones up at the nosebleeds were like $400 for some of the games that I was looking at. I was like, sheesh, I might have to get a different matchup. It was almost half the price to go to SoFi Stadium and see the Raiders play the Chargers here in LA. Like I think I'm probably more than likely going to do that too. Go see SoFi. Um, so yeah, I want to go to at least one Vegas game this year though, just to say that I was able to experience that. But going to the Charger game would be cool too out here. Um, Go Raiders! Oh yeah. Let's see, MLB banning foreign substances from the pitchers. I know this has been the big talking point for this season. They just implemented it like the last couple days, and some of the pitchers have not been having it. Sergio Romo blew up at some of them. The umpires were checking his stuff. He was like taking his belt and his pants off, took his hat, and just threw it at them, threw his glove at the umpire. Was like, "Here, you want to check the shit? Check it. What?" Max Scherzer also was another pitcher who was really pissed off at all these checks. He was with the Phillies. He's playing against the Phillies the other night, and Joe Girardi, like, so he got checked twice early in the game, and he was getting all like ticked off, like, really, guys, like, I ain't got nothing on me. I don't have nothing on me. And then he get checked the first, checked in the third. Fourth inning comes. There's a lot of footage of him like grabbing his hat and like brushing his hair and all this stuff like that. And Joe Girardi looks at him and just like asks the umpire to check again. And he just gets ballistic and he just starts looking and he starts talking crap to Girardi and Girardi's looking back at him and shit like that. And they're going back and forth. And he was getting prissy. Um, and the people on the Nationals side of things were like calling him out, like, man, that's bullshit. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you fucking with us and all this whatnot? And one of the bench coaches yells over at Girardi, like, oh, that's some bullshit. That's some something like that. And then he gets up and just starts antagonizing them. He's like, "What's going on? What's up? What's up?" And eventually got tossed. But yeah, shit's been getting heated. It's interesting. And all Garrett Cole got to break through the coals a bit for kind of trying to defend the practices and whatnot. And there was a lot of pitchers that are like kind of saying similar stuff about like, "Hey man, midway through the season, like this kind of sucks. You know, this is not what we want." Pitchers all complaining about not having the same amount of control. They've been looking at evidence of what's called the spin rate, so how much rotation you can get on the ball at certain pitches. Um, those have been going down for a lot of different pitchers because their grips aren't the same. They don't got, I guess, substances and whatnot. But it's so fucking crazy. It's just drama. It's a lot of drama. But that being said, still big shout outs to um, the Bay Boys over here doing the thing, bro, doing the thing. A's still competing there. I think they're only 2 games back in the AL West, but they got a 45-31 record. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. I'd take that every single time, baby. Yeah, I think they're the wild card team right now, #1 wild card team. So they're 2 games behind the Astros, which is like, then it's fuck them, fuck them. But and then the Giants, bro, the Giants out in the West. I think that's even more surprising. How badass the Giants have been this year, man. They've been slugging their way to games, man. They're hitting a lot of home runs. They've had a lot of injuries, but a lot of dudes been filling in and still producing. So big shout out to the Giants. They're at 48-26. They are 4 games up on the Dodgers, and they are 4.5 up on the Padres. And those two teams are legit. They're legit as hell. Dodgers have had some rocky moments in the season. Padres have kind of come down to earth. They started off really hot, but they're still really loaded. They're still talented ass teams. So that's going to be a very tough division in the NL West because those 3 teams have the best records in all of the National League. Giants with 48-26, Dodgers 44-30, Padres 45-32. So the next best team is the Brewers with 42 wins. So yeah, man, that NL West, they might get 3 teams in. It might be both wildcard teams might be from the NL West this year. It got to happen that way. Still a lot of season left. We'll see. We're not even at the All-Star break yet, but a lot of good things happening for those 2 teams. We'll see how things break out as we continue the season. Both of them have been pretty consistent, been pretty solid. Dude, the Giants scored like 6 runs in the 12th today or something crazy. Wild shit. But yeah, there's your MLB update. The Euros are going on right now. I still got to watch some highlights and catch up on that shit. I haven't been able to watch as much since I've been working. They play all the games in the morning time, so I've been busy. Um, Busy making the moolah. You feel me? So that's been ongoing. What else? Final note, final topic. I've been boring you guys to death this last couple minutes. I'm sorry. I apologize. But we got to talk about this shit because this COVID era is ending. Thank goodness. But now we're getting finally some more or some more evidence. Is more of an idea in terms of what the hell actually happened to start this whole thing and get it all up and moving. So there's the whole lab leak theory, which has been very politicized and very controversial the last year and a half, about how some people believe that there's uh, the virus leaked out of a lab in Wuhan where they were working and experimenting on the viruses, apparently trying to manipulate the viruses to make them stronger so that you can then figure out a way to create a vaccine or something preventative so that you can protect people in case a virus of that magnitude ever gets exposed to the masses. And what was pushed in the media narratives was this whole story of the Chinese wet markets and the eating bats and the pangolins and all that shit. And like that was pretty much what was accepted, and people who were questioning it were getting called out like, oh, you're anti-science, or like you're people were saying this was racist or prejudice against Asian people if you believed in the lab leak theory, because it assumes that people who are in who are Chinese or Asian are insufficient in terms of running facilities of this nature, which turns to find out is probably actually what happened. And as somebody who's worked in different capacities, have to like schedule inspections and audits for different facilities within China, I can understand that like there could be corners that are cut at times. Just from my experience. All right, not all the time. I don't want to put the blame on everybody, but also I'm not 100% surprised if this is in fact the truth of the matter of what happened. Now, there's this whole other controversy with the whole Fauci emails and what he knew, what he didn't know, and what have you. But let's see. Uh, 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 what the heck is this name? It's like gain of function research, right? So that's the name of the whole program where they're trying to get all these souped up diseases, right, to work on them, to study them. So there was this lab, the novel coronavirus lab in Wuhan, China. I believe that is what it's titled. Um, it's in the country. It's partially funded by the Chinese government, partially funded by the American government. Okay, the funding came from the American government after it had been on pause under the Obama administration, because under that administration they had viewed it as being risky and not necessarily the smartest use of the funds. Anthony Fauci, uh, in his position in government, pushed for this funding to continue under the Trump administration. It's one of the many things that happened that nobody spoke about because the president had a loud mouth and just was loved talking shit, um, and was incompetent in a lot of shit, and like was at the very, there's people who still have a freaking crazy perspective on the events that happened those last couple of years, but like at the very least, the man is someone who just did not care about any norms, did not care about the role of presenting himself as the leader of America, the American government, and the people of America. He never really took that type of role and just held on to the power and just seemed like pretty pretty stuck in his ways and whatnot. I mean, which is part of the reason why he got a lot of popularity, but like was also very troublesome once he actually got the position. So, I mean, we can go deeper into like how he's got a lot of issues, and the people in his corner have a lot of issues, and I got issues with a lot of people who are currently in government too. I mean, yo, this is administration is just like flip flopping like a motherfucker, and just doesn't stand for much, in my opinion. At least currently, it doesn't look like it. So we'll see if things change. Um, Talking about there shouldn't be kids in cages, and then saying like, "Oh no, you can't accept asylum here." Like, no. So like, I mean, seems like you're trying to have it both ways there, Kamala. Like, come on, come on now. Like, what's going on? Trying to call spades a spade. The hell's going on with Biden, man? I don't know, man. So this whole gain of research function and all this shit is freaking crazy, man. So this whole conspiracy theories and whatnot in terms of what Fauci knew, if he was intentionally trying to help people kind of get back into this uh um I don't know, man. There's a lot of shit happening. Gain of function research. You do your own research, man. Do your own fucking research on this shit. My head's just all over the place. I'm getting tired. It's getting late, man. It's getting late. It's getting late, man. It's getting late. Yeah. Mm, all right. Yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of scientists who have been saying that after studying the virus, it's like something that gets created in a natural environment is so rare. Like this shit was just super souped up, and it just messes with a lot of different parts of the human body and whatnot. So it's crazy, man. Like this shit is fucking wild. Um, Man, I'm getting tired of talking to myself. Uh, I think I'm gonna cut this shit. Oh, first thing I want to say, fucking what's his name? Man, I am yo John Stewart going on Stephen Colbert's was it the Late Show, or whatever, Tonight Show? I don't Tonight Show. I don't be watching this shit, bro. He went in there and just like ripped this shit to shreds. So like fucking wild. And if he's willing to go up there and do that shit, then it's like, all right, we gotta like, like he's been pretty good with his word prior years. I'll say that. But yeah, man, it looks like this is kind of what happened. Like, there's question as to how much they really knew, if they were trying to manipulate the public and be nefarious for those reasons, or if they're just being negligent. Maybe it's a combination of both. I think there was a concerted effort to try to make sure that this wasn't in any way brought back onto the American government for like the funding research purposes of it. Um, because it's funny, like the guy that they appointed to like look into like the reasons why this shit started is also someone who was like associated with the research to begin with. So it's like you appoint the bank robbers to do the investigation about the bank robbery. It's like they're gonna put their hands up and be like, I don't know who did this. I don't know what happened. When in reality, it's like you guys are pulling the strings behind them. You know, if that's real, if that's really what happened, then this shit's fucked up, bro. This shit's fucked up. Um, and people lost their lives just because China honestly was covering this up for a few months. The severity of it, at least. And if the American government, vis-a-vis Fauci and his, what's his name? Uh, U.S. National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease. Um, yeah, man. So if those fucking entities were behind a lot of this shit and try to cover it up and not try to nip all this stuff in the bud, then yo, what the fuck? Really though, that's some fuck shit. And we deserve the truth, one way or the other. I don't care how long this shit's gonna take. Like we deserve to know as much as possible. We can try to prevent this shit from happening again because this is some bullshit. I ain't trying to fucking shut down everything that I love because of some grand conspiracy theory of trying to gain control over people and stuff or whatever. I don't know. I gotta get. I'm gonna be admitting. I fucking watched that whole Alex Jones podcast today with Andrew Schultz and Flagrant 2 and shit. It was very entertaining, but also has got a bunch of different thoughts in my head. Some being legitimate, and a lot of them are just conspiratorial. Um, but yeah, this whole gain of function research and everything. Sager and Crystal Sager, Sager, were on Rogan's podcast, and they broke a lot of that shit down, and they broke it down like factually. So they did a much better job than the butcher that I fucking did right now. Anyway, we're at the 90-minute mark of the stream, and I think we're gonna call it a wrap right here. Once again, thank you so much for everybody who's tuned in live. This will be up on SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, um, everywhere you get your podcasts there. It'll be up on the RSS feed. If not tomorrow, then by Friday at the latest. And yeah, I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you for so much for the support. Once again, everybody who was up in the Bay that was out there. Shout out to homie Frank, Frank from Mars on Instagram, Frank G. He showed up to one of my comedy shows. Went to high school with the homie. Shout out to him. And yeah, man, more LA shows are gonna be up and popping. I got a couple for next month already booked, but I'll let you know about anything that's happening. Follow me on Instagram for all those updates. I'll be posting about them all on there. You can find me at Puro Caballero. Puro Caballero, that's PuroCaballero. Or you can go out there. All right. Yeah, man, this has been episode number 94. We're going to keep this shit up and moving. You know, trying to get my flex on. Trying to get back up in the gym, get my body right and all this shit. Yeah, now I'm just stalling. Now I don't know what to do. All right. Anyway, it's been a fun one. Y'all been really cool. I think it's time for me to leave now. Yeah, man. Check me out. I will be doing comedy. I will be doing shit. All right. Later, y'all. Yee. Thank you.